What movies are similar to Knock at the Cabin? If you found yourself captivated by the suspenseful horror film Knock at the Cabin, you may be curious about other films that evoke similar feelings. Let's take a closer look at some recommendations that share themes of psychological tension and horror. One film to consider is The Visit, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. This movie features two children visiting their grandparents in a remote location. As the story unfolds, it becomes clear that something is off, creating a gripping atmosphere of suspense. Another great choice is The Strangers, directed by Brian Bertino. This film tells the story of a couple whose peaceful getaway turns into a nightmare as they are stalked by masked intruders. The sense of claustrophobia and fear is palpable, much like in Knock at the Cabin. A Quiet Place, directed by John Krasinski, is another film that builds tension through silence. Although it does not take place in a cabin, the characters must navigate a world where making noise could lead to deadly consequences. The survival aspect adds to the suspense. If you enjoy a mix of horror and supernatural elements, The Cabin in the Woods, directed by Drew Goddard, is worth watching. This film follows a group of friends who encounter monstrous beings while staying in a remote cabin, blending horror with clever twists. The Ritual, a Netflix original film, follows a group of friends on a hiking trip in the Swedish wilderness. They soon find themselves hunted by a terrifying supernatural force, emphasizing themes of isolation and fear. It Comes at Night, directed by Trey Edward Schultz, is set in a post-apocalyptic world. The film explores the tension that arises when a family's safety is threatened by outsiders, creating an atmosphere of paranoia and survival. Another recommendation is The Black Phone, directed by Scott Derrickson. This film combines horror and suspense as a young boy is kidnapped by a serial killer. He discovers a mysterious phone that allows him to communicate with previous victims, adding layers of tension. Lastly, Truth or Dare takes a supernatural approach to horror. A group of friends is forced to play a deadly game of truth or dare, where the stakes are life and death. The film shares a similar sense of survival under supernatural threat. These films all contain elements of suspense, horror, and psychological thrills that fans of Knock at the Cabin are likely to appreciate. Each one offers a unique take on fear and survival, making them excellent choices for your next movie night.